Pastor Alex here, inviting you, welcoming you, introducing you to our Lenten series for the year. It's called Mission Possible, Share, Grow, Serve. Those words should sound pretty familiar to you because most Sundays we conclude our worship often saying our mission statement, that a Good Shepherd we seek to be a caring Christian community where we share God's grace, grow our faith, and serve others. Share, grow, serve. We use those words a lot. So we thought in this season, as we're imagining what does it mean to be a church in the midst of a pandemic, but also post-pandemic, we want to dive deeper into what it means to be a people on mission who shares, grows, and serves. So first things first, in this series, we're going to talk about some other words maybe that might help flesh it out and hopefully give you a way to live out that mission in the world. Each week ending with some challenges and invitations to try this thing out. So first up, we'll talk about sharing God's grace. In sharing God's grace, it is all about the way that we live as people of invitation, people of welcome, people of hospitality. We're people who share God's story of grace, which was given to us and those first disciples by Jesus for the purpose of sharing it. So we want people to experience this good news for itself. So we say share God's grace. We don't keep our faith a secret. We share the joy and the strength that we've found through our faith by telling the story. And we live it out by being faithful and hospitable and inviting. Is God's grace truly amazing enough to save a wretch like me, right? We sing that song. If we believe that, then we are called to be incredibly generous in our graciousness, in our hospitality, and in our invitation. So sharing and invitation are intimately connected in the way we live out our mission. So we'll talk about that for 2 weeks. Second, we have the task of growing our faith, right? Share God's grace, grow our faith. That could take on a lot of meanings, but for this season, we want to focus on the transformative effect of a life in faith. So we're going to challenge ourselves to continually grow in faith, and we're confessing that we're a work in progress. As confessional people of faith, we admit we are in bondage to sin. And as baptized followers of Jesus, we know that we've been marked with the cross of Christ forever. So as disciples, we are committed to the work of daily being baptized, right? Dying daily to our own needs so that we can better serve the kingdom of God and better reflect our teacher. Transformation is at the heart of this resurrection identity we have. Transformation is part of our journey. So how are we experiencing it? How are we going to share that story of growing in faith, experiencing transformation? We'll talk about that for 2 weeks. And then finally, our last one, maybe our most simple mission statement, and one we do so well, which is serve others. Good Shepherd is all about service, all about caring, all about generosity. It's like that sending, though, is another way to think of it. Instead of just serving, organizing events, what does it mean to be sent in service? At the end of all of our worship service, right? That's the last thing we say, is that we've been blessed, we've been fed, and we've been forgiven, and now you are being sent to do the same for your neighbors. Sent every day to serve a world in need. Sent with a story of grace. Sent with the food that strengthens us in an assurance that God has made us for the purpose of blessing our neighbors. Serving others is about being sent into the world and sending others into the world. So that's our plan. We'll have 5 meetings to flesh out those elements of our missional identity and realize in very practical ways how to live this out for the living of these days. So I hope you'll enjoy this time together. Join a Zoom group. You can sign up for your groups. Hop in and talk to one of the leaders, and we hope this will be beneficial to you, and we hope that it'll help form our identity at Good Shepherd as we continue to grow in faith, as we continue to serve, and as we continue to share God's grace in the world. Nice talking to you. Bye.